This episode continues the complete video playlist for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, CLF-C02. You're on episode 3 of 15, covering questions 21 through 30. Let's keep going. Question 21. Which option is an AWS Cloud Adoption Framework, AWS Business Perspective Capability? Option A, Culture Evolution. Option B, Event Management. Option C, Business Insights. Option D, Platform Architecture. The correct answer is C, Business Insights. Explanation. Business Insights is an AWS CAF business perspective capability because it helps ensure cloud investments accelerate digital transformation ambitions and measurable business outcomes. Why not option A? Culture evolution belongs to the AWS CAF people perspective, not the business perspective. Why not option B? Event management aligns with operational monitoring and response activities. It is not a business perspective capability. Why not option D? Platform architecture belongs to the AWS CAF platform perspective because it focuses on designing and organizing the cloud technology environment. Question 22. Which AWS tool gives users the ability to plan their service usage, service costs, and instance reservations, and also allows them to set custom alerts when their costs or usage exceed established thresholds? Option A, Cost Explorer. Option B, AWS Budgets. Option C, AWS Cost and Usage Report. Option D, Reserved Instance Reporting. The correct answer is B, AWS Budgets. Explanation. AWS Budgets lets you create budgets for cost or usage and sends alerts when thresholds are exceeded. Why not option A? Cost Explorer provides interactive cost analysis but doesn't set budget alerts. Why not option C? AWS Cost and Usage Report delivers raw cost data, doesn't offer alerting. Why not option D? Reserved Instance Reporting focuses on RI utilization, not overall budget alerts. Question 23. Which AWS service enables users to check for vulnerabilities on Amazon EC2 instances by using predefined assessment templates? Option A, AWS. Option B, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option C, Amazon Inspector. Option D, AWS Shield. The correct answer is C, Amazon Inspector. Explanation. Amazon Inspector automates security assessments of EC2 instances using built-in templates. Why not option A? AWS protects web applications from attacks, not instance vulnerabilities. Why not option B? AWS Trusted Advisor offers best practice checks but not vulnerability scans. Why not option D? AWS Shield provides DDoS protection, not vulnerability scanning. Question 24. Which Amazon EC2 pricing model is the most cost-efficient for an uninterruptible workload that runs once a year for 24 hours? Option A, On-Demand Instances. Option B, Reserved Instances. Option C, Spot Instances. Option D, Dedicated Instances. The correct answer is B, Reserved Instances. Explanation. Reserved instances offer a significant hourly discount for guaranteed capacity and no interruptions. Why not option A? On-demand instances no long-term discount. Why not option C? Spot instances can be terminated if capacity is reclaimed. Why not option D? Dedicated instances, more expensive isolation without pricing benefit. Question 25. A company wants to store and retrieve files in Amazon S3 for its existing on-premises applications by using industry-standard file system protocols. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? Option A, AWS Data Sync. Option B, AWS Snowball Edge. Option C, Amazon S3 File Gateway. Option D, AWS Transfer Family. The correct answer is C, Amazon S3 File Gateway. Explanation: S3 File Gateway presents S3 buckets as NFS/SMB file shares for seamless on-premises access. Why not option A? AWS Data Sync optimizes data transfer but does not provide native file system mounts. Why not option B? AWS Snowball Edge physical data transport, not continuous protocol access. Why not option D? AWS Transfer Family provides managed SFTP/FTPS/FTP, not NFS/SMB. Question 26. Which AWS service can be used to retrieve compliance reports on demand? Option A, AWS Secrets Manager. Option B, AWS Artifact. Option C, AWS Security Hub. Option D, AWS Certificate Manager. The correct answer is B, AWS Artifact. Explanation: AWS Artifact provides access to on-demand compliance reports and security standards. Why not option A? AWS Secrets Manager manages credentials, not compliance documentation. Why not option C? AWS Security Hub aggregates security findings, not formal compliance reports. Why not option D? AWS Certificate Manager manages TLS certificates, not compliance artifacts. Question 27. A company plans to deploy containers on AWS. The company wants full control of the compute resources that host the containers. Which AWS service will meet these requirements? Option A, Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS. Option B, AWS Fargate. Option C, Amazon EC2. Option D, Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS. The correct answer is D, Amazon ECS. Explanation: ECS on EC2 launch type lets you manage the underlying instances for container hosting. Why not option A? X also runs on EC2 nodes but introduces Kubernetes control plane complexity. Why not option B? Fargate abstracts compute, removing server-level control. Why not option C? EC2 provides VMs but lacks built-in container orchestration. Question 28. A company has an uninterruptible application that runs on Amazon EC2 instances. The application constantly processes a backlog of files in an Amazon Simple Queue service, Amazon SQS Queue. This usage is expected to continue to grow for years. What is the most cost-effective EC2 instance purchasing model to meet these requirements? Option A, spot instances. Option B, on-demand instances. Option C, savings plans. Option D, dedicated hosts. The correct answer is C, savings plans. Explanation: savings plans provide flexible, discounted compute pricing similar to reserved instances, but apply across instance families. Why not option A? Spot instances can be interrupted, unsuitable for uninterruptible workloads. Why not option B? On-demand instances, no long-term discount. Why not option D? Dedicated hosts, higher cost for physical isolation. Question 29. A company needs to evaluate its AWS environment and provide best practice recommendations in 5 categories: cost, performance, service limits, fault tolerance, and security. Which AWS service can the company use to meet these requirements? Option A, AWS Shield. Option B, WAF. Option C, AWS Trusted Advisor. Option D, AWS Service Catalog. The correct answer is C, AWS Trusted Advisor. Explanation: Trusted Advisor analyzes your AWS environment and provides prescriptive best practice checks. Why not option A? AWS Shield DDoS protection service only. Why not option B? WAF web application firewall, no broad environment checks. Why not option D? AWS Service Catalog manages approved resource templates, not environment recommendations. Question 30. What is the customer always responsible for managing, according to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model? Option A, software licenses. Option B, networking. Option C, customer data. Option D, encryption keys. The correct answer is C, customer data. Explanation: Customers retain full responsibility for the confidentiality and integrity of their data. Why not option A? Software licenses can be managed by AWS Marketplace or BYOL, not strictly AWS's responsibility. Why not option B? Networking: AWS manages backbone. Customers configure VPC settings. Why not option D? Encryption keys: AWS can manage keys via KMS, but customers control usage and storage. Nice work completing this episode. If you found it useful, follow the channel and share the playlist with colleagues who are studying for the same certification. Keep going with the next episode when you're ready.